So yeah, good evening. It's actually my second playthrough of the demo. I'll be doing the story part. I'm mainly streaming this because it's easier than just recording and uploading it. It won't take storage space on my console, and it allows me to show it to a few unlucky people who don't have a PS5 yet. So there you go. So as far as config goes, there isn't a lot that I change when I play it. There are two modes for the eventual PS5 game. Apparently, this demo was on build 1.01 of the game, so the final retail version may differ slightly. Apparently, the graphics mode is 1440p upscaled to 4K at 30 frames per second, but a stable 30 frames per second. However, when I've tested this mode, the motion blur was, at least in my opinion, absolutely atrocious and totally unbearable. Besides, since YouTube streaming on PS5 doesn't allow you to go beyond 1080p 60 frames per second, there is not much of a point for me to use the graphics mode. By the way, cinematics in the game will be locked at 30 frames per second, which isn't that much of a problem because the cinematics will indeed feel cinematic. No pun intended. So the frame rate mode is actually 1080p upscaled to 1440p. It tries to reach 60 frames per second. It has been reported that it would sometimes dip at 40. I can't say I noticed it when I did my first playthrough. Maybe I'll notice it more if I pay attention now. And I don't crank up the master volume to make sure that the voice acting is heard above the music. I do had the speaker names. I believe it wasn't checked by default the first time I logged in a demo. And I leave the subtitles at the small side. I do have a somewhat big screen, 55-inch, but I'm not that far away from the screen, about 7 feet, so I can read it well. But if for whatever reason you want really big subtitles, I believe medium was the default. I left it at small. Was fine with that. And considering most people should be watching this on YouTube, I doubt they'll have much bigger screens than either their monitors or even if they're watching their phones. So just to be sure, I'll leave it at medium, which will be the middle ground for this time. But when I'll play the main game, it'll be on small. So that's it for the settings themselves. The demo does have the ability to make you play, I'd say more or less the prologue or maybe the first chapter or two of the main game. And once you are done playing the main demo, you can save over, and that save file does transfer to the main game. I will most likely simply redo that part because, as you're about to see, it is that awesome. Once you've cleared the main demo once, the iconic challenge opens. It takes place several hours later in the game, and it warns you that you have some abilities you were not meant to have in the main game at this point. So it is far more to allow you to test the battle system, but we'll explore that by playing the main demo. So I left the screen brightness on default, wanted to play right away. The game seems to be available in quite a few languages, actually, more than I thought. I was pretty sure it would be at least the four ones we have with Final Fantasy XIV, so English, Japanese, French, and German. But it appears we have Latin American, Spanish, and Italian as well, which is I didn't even bother checking that out. That's great, and I suppose that text language has more options than that. So, if for whatever reason people want to hear something else than in English, I do believe the voice acting was good when I played it the first time, but obviously opinions and your mileage may vary. Visual highlights, I don't need any accessibility settings. So basically, as I was saying for the Iconic Challenge, the game provides you options because the battle system is really action focused, and maybe not everyone is used to that. So if you start at story focus, the game will let you have accessories that are called rings that Clive, the main character, can equip. And those rings will simplify for you elements of the game. And also for streamers in your status screen while playing the rings, there will be visual indicators that will show you're wearing more or many rings. I did play the demo on Action, um, and actually I liked it very much. I'd even dare say it's going to be one of the main strengths of the games, one of the many main strengths, as you're about to find out. So let's go for Action Focus. Yeah, so no need to change anything else.
It was Moss the Chronicler who said that the land of Valisthea is blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals. And that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet, what they saw in the light gave rise to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
I'm letting you enjoy the cinematics, so I won't comment as much when there are cutscenes playing. Except that we can recognize Phoenix and Ifrit, and they both look awesome. So here I am controlling Phoenix while fighting Ifrit. It seems like I was a bit too quick on the evade and got it. This time I seem to have done correctly. I don't think you can miss that part. There's no health bars or anything. It's pretty much for show, if I recall. Clive Rosfield, main character. Just so you know, during cutscenes, if you do press the pause button, this won't appear now, I'll show you later, but there is a system called the Active Time Lore that allows you to check on additional info of the NPCs involved, and basically helps you flesh out the background of the story. A friend of mine commented that it would be useful if you take a long break from the game. I chuckled because I don't think that's what they'll be doing.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that?
So Sulkin from Final Fantasy XIV also does the soundtrack in this game.
Our kind do not question orders.
And
we follow them.
by sampling the demo, the soundtrack's going to be great. Really.
Let's get this done.
And Koji Fox was also the localization director for Final Fantasy XIV as well. Pretty much a lot of the Fantasy XIV team is involved in Final Fantasy XVI, besides Yoshi P, the director and producer. So, unfortunately, we can't stream in HDR on PS5, so it won't look as great as it does if you have an HDR capable screen. But such is life.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern.
And like I said, I'll show you difference about the motion blur here. There is a bit here in frame rate mode, but if you take the time to go back in the main menu and change, you will see what I mean. So while the frame rate itself seems okay at 30 FPS, the real problem is here. As you can see the motion blur around Clive. I really hope this gets fixed for people who prefer resolution over frame rate, because I personally cannot stand it.
Time to move.
This first scene is pretty much only cutscenes. I'll let you enjoy that one.
This is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
To the gates! Quickly! Move! What do you mean?
So as you can see on this one here, we can use it. That's why I pressed pause to show you the active time lore, as I explained to you. So as the description says, it gives you info like on the Dalmatian Republic, and so a nation formed from federation of 5 smaller states. It is located in the southern half of the continent Storm. It has its capital at Rendella. It is also home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang. There is no official state religion, and citizens are free to worship as they please. Dalmatia's key political entity is the Parliament, which is formed of ministers representing each of the states, with the Prime Minister at its head. So yeah, it will give you information on the locals and the NPCs and other important characters as well. So yeah, obviously use the ATL at every cutscene, but I just wanted you to have a look at the feature.
You refuse. Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
I wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field.
So as you can understand so far, Dominant seems
And
to
when
be
he
someone with a
does,
special power.
our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall, the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
Much as a cigar in the drink.
Which just leaves me.
Trupka!
The Ironblood will rule the day they set foot on Storm. This game is over.
You cock.
Benedicta.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
So obviously you can guess by now that Ugo and Benedicta
The
are
front
the
lines are
dominants
gone.
of their respective countries.
This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
So you can jump while moving around with X, as you can see here, and he automatically climbs ledges whenever there are arrows in the screen. You don't need to actually jump or anything.
And quick and deadly.
As always. Take the van.
Wait. Something's not right.
As my free company would joke in Final Fantasy XIV, hi Titan.
Titan. So the Darmaks finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
And on the other side, we've got Shiva.
Come on.
So Titan is massive compared to Shiva. But Shiva looks nimble.
You don't get to die here, Wyvern. Move!
Well, as I said before here, besides jumping around, there's nothing more I can do. I cannot fight anything, or it's pretty much the prologue of the game. So just need to move forward. It does give you a sense of foreboding, and yeah, you do not want to stand there. Part of the reason why this game got an M rating: violence, language.
Who's gonna stand there?
Well, there goes Biest. As we would say here in Quebec, il était crapaud.
Wyvern! Wyvern!
I told you before, you do not get to die here.
Clive! Get up, Clive!
Well, as you can see here, Clive is now younger. Earthly, it's a flashback to his younger days. So 13 years ago. And Clive was 15 at that time. So the beginning of the game is 28.
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure you'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Cute little doggo.
Two arms, then. It wouldn't do to disappoint the gallery.
I'll say yes, just for the purpose of commenting and for the stream.
Let's start again from the beginning. Come, show me your form.
So, pretty straightforward.
Very good. Such swordsmanship will serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spellcraft? The flames of the Phoenix burn within you. Now let them burn without.
As you'll find out in the story, Clive has fire powers inherited from the Phoenix, but he's not the Phoenix's dominant, as you're about to see why.
Keep them coming. Excellent.
Small blasts like this aren't really powerful, but they're good for keeping an opponent at distance.
Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged. Let's see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it. On your toes, Lord Rossfield.
So this is here is an example of if you started on the story focus mode, you will not need to do this part to evade yourself if you equip one of the special rings. One of them will actually entirely auto-evade for you for any attacks that can be evaded, and the other one will give you a slower opportunity. Time will slow as just is about to strike, allowing you to dodge more easily. It pretty much gives you some customization about the degree of difficulty that you want to do. Because as it shows here, if you dodge at the good moment, you have an opening for a counterattack, which is called precision dodging. As you can see here, it works.
I was sure I had you.
That was amazing!
So, as you can see here, I dodged a bit earlier, so...
Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal. But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest. You have been blessed by the Phoenix, granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on me. Well, I'm waiting.
So this ability is akin to what Phoenix grants to Clive because he's attuned to it. Later on, as shown in the other part of the demo, Clive will attune to other icons, and those other icons will grant him different feats, which are all triggered by using the circle button. But this one is quite convenient as it allows you to swiftly close in on a distant target, as the description says. But later on in the game, you get to test other iconic feats, like Titans creates a shield in front of you that allows you to actually guard, and Garuda creates a grapple that pulls enemies to you instead of you moving towards them. So Garudas might be more useful if there are many opponents and you want one of them to come at you instead of you charging into the group. But for the purposes of the tutorial, we only have the Phoenix ability for that part of the demo.
Impressive. But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished. Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now that won't do at all.
So as it shows here, you can assign up to 3 different items on your shortcuts. So you cannot, in the middle of the fight, simply use an item. You have to assign them, I believe, that you have to assign them to shortcuts so that you cannot use them in the menu. Didn't actually try it, but as you'll see, it works fine. And there is a limit to how many potions you can have. So as it shows here, this is actually the limit for potions and eye potions. I don't know if there'll be higher grade potions, maybe, and if that limit can be raised further in the game, we'll see. But for the purposes of the demo, the maximum potions you can have at once is 4. Maximum high potions is 3. So as it shows, it is assigned to the shortcuts, and you press the shortcuts on the D-pads to use the items on the fly.
That's better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments, wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory. Or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust? You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned?
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rosfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
As you wish, my lord.
Have at me, boy. Make proof of your strength.
So as it shows here, and that's really one of the key focuses when fighting bosses, you want to knock down their will gauge, and once they are staggered, that's when you unleash all offense and try to do as much damage as possible.
Go on, you're sure to beat him this time.
You can do it, Clive. Just stay calm.
Oops.
You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
So as you can see, you're staggered. So, as it shows here, also, it wasn't explained in the tutorial, but at the end of your 4-hit combo, you can press triangle to also unleash a spell, which will then count as a magic burst. Players from Final Fantasy XI should be familiar with the concept, and obviously, if you unleash your spell at this moment, it will do a lot more damage than the little damage as you've seen before. And this is an iconic ability I used.
Well, it's time I took my own advice and used all the tools at my disposal. Not quite.
There you go, this is the precision counter.
Just a little more. We believe.
Oh yeah, I did one mistake because it's only my second playthrough, as you can see here. But they will show other mechanics along the game, especially in the iconic challenge. But that's pretty much the gist of it. So it's really, I believe, a nice, very nice battle system.
He won! See? I told you he could do it!
Aye.
Bested at last. It's taken me long enough. That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise. Including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
So here's Clive's little brother, Joshua.
Joshua. I was just tired. The Phoenix's flames are a gift. You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned!
Father's back.
Hey.
Your Grace, please, this is no place for one such as you. I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy. Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace. We live to serve.
This is Clive's and Joshua's mother, but as you're about to find out, she only likes one of them.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Mother.
And as you'd see in the active time lore, the girl is named Jill,
Your father will
and she's a ward from another country that Rosalia has taken. So she's like a sister to Clive and Joshua, but obviously not her true sister.
Your Grace.
What a way to treat your own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
We should join them.
So yeah, the thing is that Clive's the firstborn, but in this country, the firstborn is not necessarily the heir to the throne. It's only the person that, according to what we see here, is the dominant of the Phoenix. And it so happens that it was Joshua, the second-born, who inherited the true powers of the Phoenix, and Clive inherited some powers to become, as they call him, the first shield. So for some reason, apparently his mother believes it's a good reason to dish on her elder son. If you ask me, that's not a good one at all.
Rise, my friends.
Welcome home, Father.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust?
Yes, Father. Much better. Today, Jill and I went to the Bailey to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
And this is Clive and Joshua's father.
Stop it, boy. Not now.
You'll make a fine hound one day.
Father.
As you can see in the other part of the demo, Torgal actually becomes a party member. He's a full-grown dog, and he's loyal to a fault to Clive, and actually a very nice party member if you play the other part of the demo.
War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Yes, Father. Your Grace.
Shields dismissed.
So Rosalia is not a kingdom, it's an archduchy, so the father is the archduke, he is not a king. And so Clive and Joshua aren't princes.
Where do you think you're going? Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
So yeah, for whatever reason you don't know exactly where to go, this shows you where.
Need to speak with Father.
You just need to press L3 and it will show you the path to go. So as you can see here, it doesn't send us to the main gate. If you get closer, you'll see that it is closed, so that is where we need to go. And we can find items like these on the field.
This stuff unpackable the Duchess calls for our heads.
Good as new.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess, pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool. Did I say to speak?
It was no trouble. Really.
Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day.
So we can wager slaves aren't treated equally, they are treated worse in some other countries, apparently. Not that I believe he's treating them well at all, but...
Fortune will continue. Of course, if that is your lordship's wish.
Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve.
As do we all, my lord.
As do we all.
Come along now. Back to your duties.
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
I think someone's hungry.
So apparently they can fill that well with magic.
I'm having my bearer filled well, my lord. Best to save what crystals we can, eh?
Wheat harvest's down again, apparently.
So yeah, even the minor NPC seems to be able to talk.
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it? There's Joshua.
Clive?
Are you worried about the war?
The soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
I know. Thank you, Clive.
You will put Joshua's comfort and safety before your own. Do you understand? Yes, Your Grace.
She seems to be not particularly nice. Well, yeah, sometimes they will ask you to push R2, I suppose for some dramatic effect, instead of simply opening every door by just clicking on the X button. That's a bit gimmicky if you ask me, but okay, I suppose that switches the boredom a bit around.
Good luck.
Torgal is so adorable as a puppy.
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Your mother isn't here.
As you can see, his father takes to Clive a lot more kindly than his mother does.
Fare any better?
Most lie under a pall of black. In just these few moons, the Blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
By the flames.
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom. We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
The Iron Blood will not relinquish it easily. This will be a bitter fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first.
Obviously.
Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I am sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders. Goblins in the Stillwind marshes. I know of the rumors, yes. Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it, and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength. And shut your mother up for good.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
So it's just an excuse for his father to show his mother that he's not useless. by giving him command of a small mission and accomplishing
That will be
something
all.
like that.
Rest well. We ride at dawn.
Yes, Your Grace.
We're going to Clive's room.
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days, maybe 5.
And you will be taking Joshua?
Well, I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix. The heir to the throne. You can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth of but 15 years, he's already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worthless, a man like any other.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
Oh, not this again. You know as well as I do that I only sit upon the throne because my father was taken before his time. I am merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your father's firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place. Unlike some, you have not disgraced our noble blood.
That doesn't make any
Without men
sense.
like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter. We have an early start. I'm going to sleep.
Seems like anything but an happy marriage.
This is it then. Time to prove yourself.
Wishing on a star?
I'm a little old for that. I should get some sleep.
Right. You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him. He takes too many risks. I only wish I could save him from himself.
Clive, you...
I think it's part of Joshua's personality.
I have another mission too. Father has given me my first command.
Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you. There's going to be another war, isn't there? Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last.
Didn't realize she was a warden of the other country. Thought it was just another country, not necessarily the one that's at war with Rosalia. But according to that comment from Jill, seems like she's from the other country.
But you'll be alright, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
I'm also feeling that Jill and Clive will be romantically involved or something.
We should go in. My lady.
Good night, Clive.
Sorry, Ambrosia. I won't be hunting today.
Nice names from Chocobo. Ambrosia. Obviously a female white Chocobo.
I'll try.
Good luck.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us
and shield the Firebird's flame forevermore!
His Grace departs! Open the gates!
Lord Rossfield, allow me. I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
And you are your first party members.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
This is to be no mere investigation. If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly. The Beastmen are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
As you command.
To the marshes, then. And may the blessing of the crystals go with us.
So, as we can see here, the world map doesn't seem to be indeed an explorable place. So, from the world map, we go to place, to point A to point B, if you will. I suppose maybe some won't like that. Maybe they feel it's too linear. But as I've said to others before, when it was like, for example, a complaint of Final Fantasy XIII, this is a JRPG. It has always been more focused on story than exploration. That's the style. I mean, if you want a game where you can explore everywhere. You're looking at games like Morrowind, or Oblivion, or Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls series, or other open world action RPGs like Cyberpunk or The Witcher. This is a JRPG. It's simply a different style, so I don't think it's a bad thing that it's done like that. And I mean, as you've seen so far, the cinematics are top notch. So the soundtrack is great. The cinematics are well done, and as you're about to see, the battle system is also very good.
Keep your eyes open for those goblins. The reports placed them in this area.
It's all swamps from here. Watch your step, my lord.
And everything else.
So as we explained earlier, it shows here. So if you end up not feeling at ease with one or many of the mechanics, well, you can use those rings, which don't add anything to your stats, as you're about to find out here. So gear and icons. So it's in here. Those rings, you start with those, and I believe you get a few more along the way as you unlock different mechanics. So timely healing will use potions automatically. This one makes it so that your combos will be complete by just pressing square. I suppose that, for instance, you can just press square and the magic burst will be added at the end of the combo, which instead of pressing triangle at the end, you press square again. I mean, this one is pretty dumbs down the game a lot, I believe. It's just my opinion, but. And timely evasion will be probably the best one if people truly struggle with a boss. Or at the very least, this one to make it a bit easier. So if you equip it, it will show when you're playing. I believe it shows in the battle. It won't show here. So yeah, I didn't know because I didn't use any when I was playing demo the first time. So, but I suppose they would show up. Oh yeah, so you can see the icons in the upper left corner. So those icons will probably appear as current buffs. So if people are seeing clips or streamers are playing, then they will know that those rings are equipped. Oh yeah. And as you can see here, they give you cute 8-bit 16-bit representation of your party members, but party members are not controllable. You only control Clive. So yeah, as explained here for items, so the maximum you can carry is here. Like I said, maybe later on we can craft or something, I don't know, and or upgrade the limits. Well, but we won't learn any of that in the demo. And the journal is what is, so I suppose that those are the previous chapters. And the map, if you want to retreat, maybe, or just see the map, okay. And as it shows here, those abilities are can be unlocked along the way. I believe you gain ability points only by beating bosses. So some of these abilities, like taunt, I tried it briefly in the Iconic Challenge. You can combine taunt with Titan's block shield. That allows you to be somewhat of a tank, but honestly, I didn't dabble with it for too long. I found out more effective to just go down with iconic abilities to wipe out small groups of enemies and using timely dodges on bosses. But improving magic burst damage, I don't think I'll get enough ability points to work on that. And as we get to attune with more icons, we'll get more abilities, but those are locked here for the demo. So the charge shot is nice because at least you do a little bit more damage. So I'd say it's worth using it. The others, or you can press L3 and they will simply hold or learn recommended abilities. So, and this one is interesting too, but I'd rather use the combo instead. So, and this allows you to pretty much replace the Phoenix skill as well. So I would say those two for starters are interesting. And those ones for larger enemies. But I would start with the charge shot. And you can always reset your points. There's no penalty for that. You just simply configure Clive the way you want. I'll go with those two for now.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
But who do you imagine would maintain it? They've all fled from the Blight.
It's hard to believe that anyone used to live here.
The old village of Stillwind is ahead. Not that there's a lot left of it.
So yeah, first enemies, goblins. As it so happens in many of the previous games. Like Final Fantasy V, for instance. And they are uglier than ever. In fact, they look a bit like gremlins from that 80s movies. Yeah, as I explained earlier, I was already using it, but yeah. So yeah, charge shot, as you can see here, deals a bit more damage. Or a fair bit more. So it seems you get ability points after every battle, actually, so I stand corrected.
Welcome to Stillwind.
Have care, my lord.
So yeah, there aren't any random battles, you just see the opponents here as you move in.
There's more.
And apparently sometimes they drop loot as well. Oh, I got here. So when there are many enemies, it's a bit harder to know exactly what's going on. That's why I suggest you take a step back and make sure you study the area closer, and you can also finish them with mortal blows like such. But I need to be a bit more careful here. I'm not careful at all. So as you can see here, even small goblins like you, if you're not careful, can kill you. So it's not an easy battle system at all. Really got to be careful, but not super difficult as well. So Also, by the way, if you are finding more potions than the maximum limit you can carry, Clive will automatically use the extra one. So, like for here, I'm a bit hurt, but not as much as I would need an actual potion. So if I'd actually find a fifth one, it would automatically heal anyways. Leap of Fate. Goblins down there. Let's go.
Watch out, my lord. Some of their number are spell slingers.
Let's take care of the caster first. I'm gonna go help Tyler. Oh, more enemies. Oh, really now? I should be mindful of the spellcaster first. Oh, they already killed him. That's good. There you go.
We should be nearing the old village square.
Like I said,
It might not be a nest of goblins.
get automatically healed because I'm above the limit for potions. Which means I'm playing well, or at least good enough that I'm not in trouble. More goblins.
Sneaky sods. We're trapped.
My lord. I'm working on it. He's the leader. But we'll have to take care of his followers first.
Care to thin the herd? As if you have to ask.
My lord.
So taking care of the spellcaster first. Oh yeah, nice. I actually triggered it, but yeah, as a reflex instead of trying to dodge. But yeah, if you strike at the same time he does, you will parry the strike and allowing you to counter. I don't think it's possible to parry everything though, so if you're a bit too aggressive, you might pay for it. But yeah, such as part of the complex battle system, I guess. No need to risk it. Tyler and Will can finish the job, but I'll give them a hand. So, they're sending more. Yeah, that's not a goblin.
On your feet, Sir Wade.
Here it comes.
So it's not exactly a boss, but yeah, a bit tougher.
Founder, that's a swing and a half. Be ready to move when it winds up for another. You don't have to tell me twice.
Oops. As you can see here, if you make even the slightest mistake, yeah, I'm too slow. Because I want to make sure I'm dodging instead, but I should just... See? That's much safer. And they got staggered. So yeah, if you are really good at dodging, but it seems my timing is off, so... I'm really bad right now. Oh, he's staggered. Let's take advantage of it. Oh, that wasn't right. Well, let's take one just in case. Oh, come on. I suck right now. I just need to be a bit more careful. You gotta be kidding me. My timing is really bad for dodging. So yeah, fire becomes fire if I charge. I suppose we can charge it even more. Well, let's finish this. Oh yeah, I got some damages this time. Oh, he's gonna swing big! Let's finish this. There we go. So yeah, my timing's not as good as I played the first time, so I'll just be more careful. Still a really fun battle system. Oh, new accessory to equip. That's cool. So the boss is not happy.
Come back and fight! you coward!
After him, before he summons the rest.
Oh yeah, let's go equip the piece of item. And what else can I use? Oh yeah, I should have activated that as well. That's interesting to recover if you do get hit. I'm going to be using that. I won't bother this time around with Burning Blade. I think it takes too much time to charge, rather use the combo. And that way I can perhaps either master, I'll save the points from next few battles, so that I can master either Charged Magic or Magic Burst. So yeah, I'll save up my points for now. A few potions, it's always good. Oh, crafty little one!
Damn it! This ends now.
Oh, hi. So he ends up being a snack for a Morble, the first actual boss of the game.
It's far south.
Keep clear of its maw, my lord. That thing's breath is worse than its bite.
Well, yeah, keep your distance with that, especially with its breath attack. It seems to like going after Clive for some reason. And you have to especially be mindful of the bat breath. But he's stationary for a few seconds, so that's always time to go for it. Alright, let's go! Oh yeah, I forgot, but if you step in the fumes, it slows you down. Oh, get away now! Got staggered, that's great. So yeah, if you use the iconic punishment at the end of your Magic Burst combo, I do believe the damage gets boosted, but I might be wrong.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, and I don't want to be guessing. So this is a new feature. It's basically quick time events. So if you want to dodge, it's going to be R1. If you want to strike, it's going to be square button. Honestly, so far I've had plenty of time, even in this part or the iconic challenge, but it does add a certain flair to the action of the game. So gotta be mindful of those, and if you do manage to land cinematic strikes, you do, I believe, quite a fair bit of damage. As you can see here. And it automatically staggers him as well, I think.
Now! Before it recovers!
So he should be about to do bad Brett. Yeah. Now. Oh, I parried. I got lucky here. Because I didn't expect him to use his tentacles right away. You should be using bad bread again soon. Oh yeah, if you stand in the puddle, you do get damaged over time. So gotta be mindful of that. Got staggered again. Okay, so he's doing another cinematic. So this time it's a cinematic evasion. I suppose if I miss it, I get massive damage, but I've never missed any of those. So.
Now for the final push, my lord!
Oh, that wasn't good. Wild Rage, forgot what that was. Well, yeah, seems well to me.
I think we made it angry.
Yeah, tank.
Rather we made it die.
Another bad breath. Uh-oh. I'm cornered. That's bad. Uh-oh. Better get that over there. Alright. Wild Rage again? Oh, this is bad. There we go. Got staggered, great. Okay, so he's raging again. There you go, almost done. Just a few more blasts. There you go. Oh yeah, it's slightly better here.
My lord. Thanks. I never thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but morbals too.
I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment. If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Damned blight.
Well, apparently I can return. I can't return to town, so I can only move forward. So yeah, it's a bit linear, but maybe later on the main game, in the main game, you can have other options. But yeah, it's still the first chapter. It's the demo.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a morble's gullet.
Thousand Eyes. Yeah, well, that's some good embellishment.
Drink and be merry, boys! Work on the morrow. Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself. The young lord has a bright future ahead of him.
Aye, and one of these nights he may even deign to join us.
Oh, Josh doesn't have exactly a great appetite. A little bit too merry, if you ask me, before a battle, but, well.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Yeah, like your mother.
Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Father? Why is it that the dominance is always born into our family? It doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power with the people. So that is what we must do.
Louder, my friends! Louder!
Joshua's not impressed.
I don't suppose I'll be missed.
Poor Jill. She'll be wondering where you've got to.
So Torgal eloped.
Being a fine hound.
He's still cute.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease, and I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
I mean, he's
vegetables
15.
I don't like.
Duh.
I hear you slew a Morble. All the men were singing your praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoiled little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughingstock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in. I'm jealous.
That's not true. They don't believe in me. They believe in the power of the dominant.
Yeah, that's a small nuance.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler over life and death.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. I don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength. But you do.
Every man has his duty. Ours was decided long ago, when our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix would rise from the flames to drag us back from the brink. The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant's shoulders. It is your duty to bear that burden.
What about you?
These brothers seem to get along.
I was born to be your shield. That is why I was given the Phoenix's blessing. To keep our future rulers safe. No matter what. However hard it gets. I'll never let you down.
Thank you, Clive. I know you'll always take care of me.
before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself. Right?
I should go inside. It's past my bedtime. Good night, Torgal.
Cute puppy. So adorable.
Supplies from the capital.
You took your time sampling the wares, were you?
It's a good job the North is full of enterprising traders keen to keep us in wine.
Spare a barrel for the boys and people, eh?
Oops.
What in the...
Oh yeah, they're not merchants.
Gateway secured, Captain.
We proceed as planned.
Now we switch to Joshua's point of view.
Is that...
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
So Wade will protect Joshua. Joshua as the Phoenix is not entirely useless. He's actually got a better weapon since he's the heir of the throne, but the basic armor. And he can't equip the rings because he can't do any combos. However, he's got right off the bat powerful spells from the Phoenix, so he can use Faraga and Karaga. However, because he's quite frail, he needs a fair bit of recovery time after casting a spell. So good thing we've got Wade, because you basically stand in the back with Joshua and you let Wade do most of the fighting, providing support to Wade by healing or nuking while keeping a safe distance. So I don't know if later on in the game we'll have other parts when we can play as Joshua, but at least in the demo we'll get this part.
Are the enemy already inside the castle?
I'm afraid so, Your Highness. We must hurry.
He does make me think of a red mage in this kind of robe, smaller sword, and being able to use offensive and defensive magic, so he does remind me of a red mage.
What was that?
I have to help them. Everything's on fire.
Fall back, Your Highness! He's not one of us!
No, I must do my duty.
Just a boy.
Joshua can attack, but yeah, he's frail, so he'd rather be using spells and let Wade do most of the work. I mean, he's a shield after all.
I saw them at the feast. They were laughing.
This is Sambraquar Garb. But why would the Empire?
We must find my father.
They're supposed to be allies, so that's why it's weird. For Joshua, I thought the Empire was friendly towards the Archduchy. And something you can read if you use the ATL in cutscenes. That's why I knew about it, but as I said, I would not be using the ATL in every cutscenes during the demo, so... I guess you see here, it packs a punch, but he needs recovery time after using it. Good thing it also knocks down his opponents, so it's pretty much the best way to play as Joshua. Keep in the back, and for whatever reason, Wade needs support or Joshua gets weakened, he also has Kiraga. I mean, you have to try pretty hard to die in this part as Joshua, I'd say.
I am the dominant.
Also, Tyler's got wounded.
Tyler! Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Your Highness,
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
I'll hold them off.
Yeah, well, it's Clive.
Clive!
Though we didn't play as Joshua for very long.
Tyler, you're hurt. He'll survive, thanks to His Highness. Your Grace, Lord Murdoch.
You rescued the young prince. Well done, Sir Wade.
I'm in your debt, soldier.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We cannot stay here. We should make straight for the rear gate.
It's not going to be that simple.
Omia lost Alan, Tuisa Gelif. May the winds speed you to Rosalith.
The north gate's up ahead. There are chocobos in the stables. Father, take Joshua and get to safety.
No, I'm not going without you. You're supposed to be my shield, remember?
I remember, which is why I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
I will order our remaining forces to rally at the gate. Now go.
I will do my duty. You must do your duty too.
Nice brotherly love.
I know.
You have to keep Father safe. I'm counting on you, Joshua.
So this time I got Murdoch himself as my ally. Back to Clive. Got a few more ability points, but if I recall, it's not enough to upgrade either Magic Burst or Charge Magic. I don't know if I'll have enough points to actually upgrade that. Might get enough to master Launch. Down Thrust. Those are also unlocked later on in the main game. But for now, I'll focus on that one, on those ones. Oh, hi. Oh, forgot there was a spellcaster. Should have minded him first. Oh, that's right. If I recall, Murdoch will slightly heal me as well, so that will help with potions. Okay, this way. More items. Oh. More Imperials.
Captain.
Take them.
Yeah, more like kill them.
Let none escape.
As you command. You take care of that spellcaster. I'll keep the others occupied.
Alright, so the spellcaster's taken care of already.
Forevermore.
Only the captain remains. Well, let's have Murdoch keep him busy while I blast him. No need to risk it.
That's them done. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's my father and Joshua I'm worried about. We should head back.
Well, gonna be slightly delayed. Here's a Dragoon!
Brave, look out!
May I have this dance?
Yes, you shall.
I
You are the shield who was blessed by the Phoenix. Not that it will save you. Rosarian War! Let's try.
Oh, he can jump, apparently.
Stay still, damn you!
No, I don't think I will. Oops. Oh, this can't be parried, apparently. Blocks a lot of my attacks. Cinematic time.
He's open! Now, Clive! Have at it!
Oops. Ah, come on. Ah. Not that easy to dodge. Let's finish the job. Oh, I was too slow. Yeah, I should really just keep my distance and not try to always time precision dodges on my own. I gotta really be good on the timing, and I mean, I don't want to rely on the rings. I was playing better on the first playthrough too, so maybe I'm just not paying attention enough.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
So, they sent in the dragoons. Imperial vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Not yet. Their numbers were too few. They were not here to take the castle. They were here to take heads.
Yeah, speaking of which...
We should return to my father.
Exactly.
My lord, look. We issued these sashes but yesterday. In Rosalith. If they were already among us. What if there were others?
Uh-oh.
Joshua are in danger.
We must
That's
hurry.
not good. That means they were double agents.
What is that?
Where's Ambrosia? Mysterious figure. No lunch for now. So, Ambrosia didn't answer my call. Dorgo!
Right! Thank goodness.
Your Grace, is everyone safe?
For the moment. We ride for Rosalith to rally our forces. I will need your help to see Joshua safely back to the capital. On you get, Joshua.
Poor Chocobo.
Father?
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that won't be possible.
Traitors. Oh.
You honorless snakes!
Stay back! I'm warning you!
Run, Joshua, run! No!
Oh! Down Gilzelwyn. I mean, second time seeing it, but it's still shocking. This is an example of why the game got an M rating, because this is way more graphic than we've been used before. Tyler can fight, cannot fight, and Wade is outnumbered. So what's gonna happen to Joshua?
I had to. Clive,
I'm counting on you, Joshua.
Unfortunately, he loses control of his powers. Here comes the Phoenix. So instead of Vespers or such, they're called icons, just like in Final Fantasy XIV by the Imperials, while the other characters calls them primals. So yeah, use Phoenix in all his splendor.
The Phoenix!
But he's out of control.
Lord Murdoch! His Highness! Joshua! Stop this!
He's lost control. I have to do something. I have to save him.
No, my lord! Fall back! Clive!
Ambrosia! Poor girl. She got blindsided.
You saved my life.
Poor Ambrosia.
Get her on her feet and run. Please. Joshua, are you in pain?
Not now. Come on! You're his shield. Do your duty. Save him.
My lord?
What in the name of...
So apparently Clive's got powers of his own.
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible.
Well, there goes Murdoch. So the showdown begins. Two icons of fire. Phoenix and Ifrit.
Who are you?
But it appears Joshua has a bit of his consciousness left in Phoenix, whereas Ifrit seems to be completely out of control. And here goes the showdown. That gave me goosebumps on my first playthrough. I mean, presentation is so awesome. Here we go. So basically I got to set my aim on Ifrit. Once in there, it's in there, then I can lock and fire, and I got to evade Ifrit's attack. Pretty basic, but still epic. And I'll have to fire a lot of fireballs to take him down. There we go. And the soundtrack is epic. I mean, Sulkin did an awesome job, it seems. Where did he go? He's about to charge again. He's attacking again. Doing good so far. Where is he? He's over there. It's not always easy to pinpoint him. Where is he?
I made a promise to my brother. And I mean to keep it. I will do my duty.
Let's go, Phoenix. I expect Ifrit to counter with his Inferno, but yeah, looks awesome. Where is he? That can't be good, eh? Let's finish the job. Oh, there's Hellfire. Oh.
My flames may flicker, but they shall never die.
That's the power of Phoenix. Flames of Rebirth. That was simply epic. When I did it first time, I had goosebumps. But apparently it was enough to finish off Ifrit. The audio makes us think that Phoenix lost or died. Because Ifrit...
Stop it! Take your hands off my brother!
Help me. Help me, Clive.
Joshua! Stop it! Stop it! I swore I would protect him!
That's really bloody. Poor Phoenix. Ifrit is savage. Good lord. Vicious. It's second time seeing this scene, but it's still... wow.
I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you!
Quite a mess that monster made. Damn shame about the Phoenix, but can't be helped. Oh, my condolences, Your Grace. Is there aught we can do?
Haven't you done enough, Captain?
I mean, she was the main traitor.
And now he is gone. I can only pray there will be a place for me in the world his radiance seeks to create.
I hope I get to kill her later in the game.
See.
Because she's the actual traitor of Rosalia. She betrayed her husband. She has only contempt for Clive.
Your Grace, over here. The rubble must have protected him from the worst of the flames. Shall we take him prisoner?
No need for that. Kill him. Wait. As my husband never tired of telling me, he is a fine soldier. I'm sure he would make an excellent addition to the Imperial front line. All in its right place.
Wow. Such a bitch. And she even has her handmaiden killed. I mean, wow. I hope I get to kill her later in the game. Seriously.
Chin up, lad. You're going to be a soldier.
Joshua.
And yes, that is how the main demo ends. So we do get to save that playthrough and get to pursue that playthrough in the main game. Sorry, which is coming out next Thursday, June 22nd. Because as I'm recording this, we are Friday, June 16th. About an hour 45 minutes to play that. So yeah, that it got saved, and but no, I'm not. I'll keep the first playthrough that I played before, or I can just save it over it. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's just override. So that'll be it. And like I said, they show you links to play from the PlayStation Store, but I already pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition like last fall or something, but that won't be part of today's video. So that'll be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the commentary and that playthrough. Take care, everyone.